Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today, we are continuing with our correlation. So if you are seeing the video for the first time, check for correlation part 1. This is the second question I'm solving now. Okay. So the idea is for us to understand how to use the formula. Remember, I explained about correlation in details. And what we have here we are asked to determine the variable cost and the fixed cost using high-low method. So our first requirement, high-low method. This one, I'm going to leave this one for you guys. I know you are master of this one. You can do this and post your answer. Let me see. Okay? Post your answer with this one. And the next one, determine the strength of the relation. Strength of relation, we are looking for R, which is the correlation, as per my first lecture. So I repeat, if you are seeing this lecture for the first time, check for the part 1 correlation, okay? Now, look, we are using the same data to determine variable cost and fixed cost per unit. And I use the same data to determine the strength of the relation. One of the difference between, this is the disadvantage of high-low method. We are selecting only two data from this entire table. Whereas for correlation and regression, which will be going next one, we are using all the information. Okay? Okay, so for the high-low method, guys, do this high-low method and share your answer with me. You can post your answer, do the high-low method. For the strength of the relation now, which is the correlation, let's solve correlation. Now, we are given this data. Our first focus is to determine which value is the X and which value is the Y. Logic. One is a dependent variable, another one is an independent variable. You get? So the independent variable is dependent on the dependent variable. So we have month, August, September, October, November, December. Unit produce, an independent variable. Total cost is a dependent variable. So automatically, unit produce become our X value. And total cost becomes our Y value. Let me state the formula first before we get the values. Remember, in our last class, we learned that the formula which we are looking for, R denote the strength of the relation. Okay? So strength of the relation defined by R. So R, we say it is N, which is the number of the event, into sum of X, Y. Okay? Minus sum of X, sum of Y. All this divide by the square roots. Okay, open first bracket. Square root of sum of X square. Remember? Okay. Minus sum of X. All this one square. Then we close the bracket for X. We open the bracket now for Y value. And sum of Y square. Okay. Minus sum of Y all square. So this is our formula for the strength of relation, which is R. This is what we'll get to determine our correlation, okay? In my first question we solved, we noticed that the strength of relation is equals to 1. Let me guide you again before we start solving this one. For all correlation question, the answer will be 1 minus 1, between 1 minus 1. If you solve the correlation question, the answer is 2, the answer is 4, you are wrong. The answer is 5, the answer is 10, and so you are wrong. The answer should play within these figures. The answer should play within those figures. Okay, this is a guide, this is a logic when doing it. Now, we have our formula. So, we know the value for X now. Okay, we know the value for X. We know the value for Y. So what do we need again in the question? We need the value for N. And the value for N We count the number. We count August, September, October, November, December. So n is how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N is equals to 5. This I will get n. Therefore, n is equals to 5. Take it slowly. This is the step you take to understand correlation. If you understand this formula, you know how to use this formula. You can solve any correlation. Okay? So now, we have our x, we have our y, but let me set a table. Now we need to get xy. But what we don't need x, we need sum of x. When you add all x, total becomes sum of sigma. When you add all, this is what we need. We need sum of x, we need sum of y, and we need the same sum of xy, and we need x square, sum of x square, sum of y square. So we cannot get it just within this formula. So what I would do, I advise to do, set a table. So I will have a table. In this table, I have my value for x here. I have my value for y here. I have my value for xy. Xy means x multiplied by y. Okay, I have my value for x squared and y squared. Okay. I got a table. What are the value for x? Value for x, I have 4,000. I have 9,000. For avoid a lot of work, zero zeros, I will kill 3 zeros. Let's kill 3 zeros. So if I'm killing 3 zeros, instead of 4,000, I have 4. Instead of 9,000, I have 9. I keep the 3 zeros. Okay? Instead of 1,000, I have 1. 16 and 9. So this my answer here will give me sum of x. This my answer here will give me sum of x. And my sum of x, 4 plus 9 plus 1 plus 16 plus 9 is equals to 39. 39. So this is my sum of x. Okay? Now what are my y values? Y, if I have 81,500, if I'm killing 3 zeros, this will be 81.5. Killing 3 zeros, 81.5. The next one is 121,500. This will be 121.5. 49.5. Okay, 169.5. Okay, and 120.5. These are my values for y. So if I total this one, this will give me 81.5 calculator plus 121.5, 49.5, 169.5, 120.5. 542.5. 542.5. This is my sum of y. Sum of y is equals to 542.5. xy. Xy is what my xy? My xy is equals to x multiplied by y. Let's say this is A and this is B. And my xy here become A multiplied by B. This is my XY. So 4 multiplied by 81.5, 9 multiplied by 121.5. So let's go. If we take 4 multiplied by 81.5, this gives 326. 326. 9 multiplied by 121.5, 1093.5. Clear? 1 multiplied by 49.5 is the same 49.5. 16 multiplied by 169.5 is 2712. 2712. And the last one, 9 multiplied by 120.5, 1084. 9 multiplied by 120.5, let me confirm. 1084.5. Okay. And the same line continue. This would be my sum of XY. Sum of XY is equal to 5265. 5265.5. 5265.5. Now I need my square. Okay. I need now X square. X square, I mean, what is X? Value for X are 4, 9, 1, 16, and 9. So 4 square. 4 square will give me what? 16. I'm looking for X now, X values. 9 square will give me 81. No trouble? Okay. 1 square, just 1. 16 square will give me 16 square, 256. 256, 16 square. And 9 square again, 81. And this would be my sum of X square, which is how much? Sum of X square, 435, equals to 435. You get? Okay, now Y square. What are the value for Y? Value for Y, we have 81.5, 121.5, 49.5, and so on. So 81.5 square, this will give me 6642.25. 6642.25. Okay. 121.5 will give me 14762.25. The next one, 49.5 square will give me 2450. 2450. 0.25. And 169.5 square give me 28,730. 28,730.25. And finally, 120.5 square will give me 14,520.25. This would be my sum of Y square equals to, my sum of Y square will be 767, 105.25. So I have all my values. And remember, this is the formula. And I have all my values. So let me bring the formula again down. Okay. Now, what's my R? We said R is equals to N. Look at the formula. N. What's N? N is 5. And sum of xy, what is sum of xy? Sum of xy is 5. Sum of xy is 5265. Okay, so let's go with the formula. And 5 into 5265.5 minus, go to the formula again. Sum of x we have 39, and sum of y we have 542.5. So this will be sum of x. What's our sum of x? Look at sum of x here. Sum of x is 39, and sum of y is 542.5. This, the square root of n, so n is 5. And what's the next formula? Sum of x square. Sum of x square. Sum of x square. Come to the table. Look at sum of x. This is sum of x. Sum of x square is 435. Okay. Sum of x square is 435. Bracket. Minus sum of x all square. Sum of x is 39. All square. This bracket close. And open the brackets. Another bracket is what? Sum of n again. N is 5. Y now, the y aspect. Sum of y square. Sum of y square, we said is how much? Is 67105. 67105.25. 67105.25. Minus sum of y. And our sum of y in this question is what? 542.5 all square. So we've done major part of the question. This we've answered 80% of the question. Now we just substitute. Just need to substitute. Okay. So if we do 5 times 5,265.7.5, this will give us 5,265.5 multiplied by 5 is 26327.5. This would be 26327.5 minus 39 multiplied by 542.5. This will give me 21157.5. We'll bring our square root. Okay, come to square root. 5 multiplied by 435. 5 multiplied by 435 will give me 2175. 2175 minus 39 square 1521. So this first bracket done. Second bracket. Second bracket, 5 multiplied by 67105.25. 105.25. This will give me 335. 526. 526.25 minus 542.5 all square. 542.5 all square. To be 294. 294. 306.25. Okay, this is our last step. So far, so good. Any trouble? So far, so good. Any trouble? Any trouble? Any concern? Any question? Any trouble? So I don't want to use another page. So now I will take this from this stage. I will bring it up. I have space up. I'll bring it here so we can see the answer together with the formula. Okay. So from this stage, 263,725.5 is elementary. Everybody can do this. Just minus 263,727.5 minus 21157.5. This will give me 5170. This will give me 5170. 5170. Okay. Divide this by square root of, let's see. What's the square root? Now, come to this. Square root, this 2175 minus 1521 is one set of answer. And 335,526.25 minus 294,306 points. Another answer. So get the two difference. You get the two difference and you multiply. You get the two difference and you multiply each other. When you multiply each other, let me see. My calculator can do all that straight away. I will get 2, 6, 9, 5, 7, 8, 8, 0. 2, 6, 9, 5, 7, 8, 8, 0. This is my answer. And the square root of 2, 6, 9, 5, 7, 8, 8, 0, the square root of that So I'll bring my final answer up here. So from here, from this one, my final answer will come here. My numerator is 5170 over the square root of 269,57880. The square root of that is 5192. 5192. So my final answer for R is equals to 0.996. I told you the answer will be 1 or minus 1. 0.996 is the final answer. So what's the strength of the relation? Remember, I taught you about the type of relation. This will be going to be a partial correlation. As a partial correlation. Remember that diagram in my first lecture, the diagram. This is a partial correlation. If it is equals to 1, like the first question we solved, the answer was equals to 1. That's a strong relation. That's a strong relation. This is a partial relation. Okay? So guys, practice this question. Take your time, solve the first question, follow this fact, practice this question, and for the high-low method, do your high-low method and let me see your answer. Okay, see you in the next class. Next class, I'm going to start regression analysis. If you guys are comfortable with correlation, then we can start regression analysis. Okay, thank you so much. See you in the next class.